From water dispensers to trampolines, here are 78 build hacks for 1.21. Most city buildings are missing something crucial. In the case of a fire, there needs to be a quick way out. So by just using copper trapdoors and fences, we can create a fire escape. You can make a rusty one with oxidized copper and warped fences, or a brand new looking one with copper and jungle fences. They're a bit difficult to climb down, but their looks more than make up for it. You can create some unique lampposts using tough bricks, warped wood, and copper bulbs. There are all kinds of variations that you can get creative with. One of my favorite designs involves a lamppost with hanging signs around the sides. This particular style adds a charming and functional touch. While villages in the overworld have these basic lamps, they could be so much better. You can create a steampunk-style lamp with lightning rods, acacia trapdoors, and a copper bulb. It fits particularly well in acacia villages. Or if you want an industrial lamp, you can build one with tough bricks, fences, and hoppers. The light produced by the lamp is all from the glowing item frames. By placing a copper trapdoor and a coral fan on top, you'll get a water lily. Oxidized copper trapdoors can be combined with carpet to create a tall chair, or normal copper can be mixed with acacia wood to create these simple seats. But if you want one way bigger, copper grates and jungle wood can be used for this king chair. Copper blocks are perfect for industrial factories, and with the copper variations, you can make cogs of different sizes and colors. Dripstones fit nicely inside a cave, but they only come in one color. You can make some colorful alternatives with different copper and wall blocks. The blue ones fit well in underwater builds, and the orange ones look great inside Mesa caves. Minecraft has tons of different stone variations. With them, we're able to build sturdy statues. In this particular creation, over 10 different stone types were utilized, ranging from tough wall arms to a stone face. All these new stone types let us create amazing textures. Although trees are typically made from wood, tough stone and deep slate are great alternatives for bonsai trees. The gray colors of these stones provide a more fitting match than traditional wood. Additionally, you can simulate a dead tree by removing the leaves, although I personally prefer the look of a living one. Traffic lights are essential for your roads, but they don't have to be boring. You can create a unique traffic light by using tough stone blocks and inserting stained glass panes into item frames. Minecraft cars are normally super simple, but with all the new blocks we've gotten through the years, it's time for an upgrade. Our car can be built with tough bricks, stairs, and iron trapdoors. It's a super compact car with lots of small details. Tripwire hooks are used as the side mirrors and a copper grate for the hood of the car. I'll definitely feel safe driving this. Fireplaces are normally pretty small, but not this one. It's a huge Victorian-themed fireplace that utilizes every tough brick type. As you go up, you'll even find some added decoration, and it looks absolutely stunning and is big enough to warm up an entire mansion. When placed on its side, the autocrafter looks like a cupboard. You can add this in your kitchens, and items can actually be stored in them too. When you're decorating your bedroom, you'll need a dresser. However, instead of using just a boring chest, create a unique one with a few crafters, trapdoors, and a heavy core. You can even top it off with a pretty cherry sapling to look extra pretty. Parrots are extremely weak and can die from even a single harming potion, so let's protect it. You can build a fancy cage for it using lightning rods, copper trapdoors, and pushing a copper grate into the parrot. Finish it off with a chain, and you'll have the perfect bird cage. Unfortunately for your parrot, there isn't any door on the cage, so he'll be spending the rest of his life there. While the cake can be placed, the pumpkin pie can't. So to make our own pie, place a carpet and dispense an armor stand into a stair block. Next, dye a leather cap and apply a silencer armor trim on it. Equip the armor stand and put a wind charge inside an item frame. You'll have a tasty blueberry pie with whipped cream on top. Using normal fences is a good way to keep mobs from entering, but it's so overdone. Instead, let's set up a security fence using copper trapdoors and grates like so. Place prismarine walls along the top as spikes. This fence is a lot more unique. Don't use torches in your bedrooms. Instead, you can make a realistic lamp. Start with a copper bulb and lightning rod. Next, dispense an armor stand on top of a daylight sensor and give it a dyed leather hat. It'll be the base of the lamp. Now just place a pressure plate on top and power it on. This looks way better than torches. On a sunny Minecraft day, you need to have a barbecue. Just use autocrafters as the base, surrounded with trapdoors, and place campfires underneath. Utensils can also be placed on the side to cook the meat with. While trial spawners are meant for dungeon fights, a better use for them is as storage crates. To create it, simply dig 2 blocks down, place a daylight sensor, a smithing table, and then your trial spawner. Next, dispense an armor stand into the side and equip it with a helmet. Finish it off with a pressure plate, and you'll have a crate to store your gear. If you're playing on a server, a mailbox is essential. It'll let you deliver presents to your friends while they're offline. You can build an amazing one with a tough wall, autocrafter, lever, and pressure plate. Honestly, with how easy this is to build, you need one in front of your house. While you can get water straight from a river, it's not very creative. You can make a water dispenser by pushing 2 armor stands together like so, pushing them against a wall, and then compressing blocks down on top. Follow this by placing a copper grate on top to store the water, and adding iron trapdoors to the sides. You can use it to fill up your water bottles, and it fits perfectly in an office setting. Most farms are pretty boring. They're just full of crops and nothing else. But if you want to add some extra decorations, a tractor would be a great fit. Blackstone stairs can be used for the wheels, copper blocks are used for the tractor body, and autocrafters are used for the headlights. A tractor will completely upgrade your wheat farms. Most players build their walls out of a single block. However, by using a gradient like so, you can create a much more realistic build. Bridges offer a great way to cross bodies of water, but with most of them being built out of either wood or stone, it can get pretty repetitive. So a unique way to build a bridge is actually out of copper, using all the different variations along with mud walls and fences. We can create a rustic bridge that fits well in a steampunk setting. A giant crane can be built by combining copper trapdoors, acacia wood, and chains. Mixing the different orange blocks works really well, and this crane is amazing to have in your construction sites. Wind charges are great for boosting yourself, but what if you want to launch even higher? Just place 4 dispensers inward and then fill them up with wind charges. Activating the contraption will boost you into the sky, and it works on other mobs too. Check out this crazy trampoline. It sends you flying through the air, and building it is actually quite simple. Just place a layer of observers like so, and then place a second layer of observers on top. Next, set down dispensers filled with wind charges, and to turn it on, just activate one of the observers. You'll get this wonderful trampoline, and the wind charges will create a satisfying pattern. By just placing copper crate blocks, you'll get yourself some storage crates. Trapdoors can even be placed around to fortify your crates. Although you can't store items inside of these, they're a great decoration for storage units. Natural lighting is key for any build, but if normal glass blocks aren't doing the job, try exchanging them out with copper grates. You'll have metal windows, and in my opinion, they fit a lot nicer here. They can also be used in some type of prison. Tough bricks are the perfect color to match in between deep slate and stone bricks. It lets you create an extremely smooth gradient. The sides of chiseled tough bricks are often admired, but I prefer the top. See, by replacing your boring cobblestone floor with chiseled tough bricks, your house will have tiled floors and look a lot more fancy. Inside of the anvil, you'll find a hammer in the GUI, but that item doesn't exist. However, the mace kinda looks pretty similar to it. So, by placing one inside an invisible item frame, the mace will look like a hammer for the anvil. The side handle of the autocrafter also looks like a telephone. We can build some structures around it and add a redstone torch as an antenna to create a phone calling machine. With just a few autocrafters, you can create a TV. At the bottom, you'll find the buttons, and at the top of the antenna, levers. Although not a flat screen TV, it's a nice addition to your living rooms. The autocrafters can also be placed on a desk along with a painting to make a laptop. It looks much better than just a gold pressure plate, which so many people do. While copper normally doesn't fit well with water, the oxidized version does. We can construct beautiful aquariums using oxidized copper blocks as the support. I'm sure the fish love living here. With an autocrafter, deep slate block, and grindstone, we can create a cute robot with levers as arms. We can even give it a straw hat with bamboo trapdoors or exchange it out with a flower on its head. It's adorable. Mini robots can also be made by just placing a crafter on top of a grindstone, or a funny one with an open gate as the feet, iron trapdoors as the body, and an autocrafter for the head. We'll have lovely robots to keep us company. Autocrafters can be used as an electric stove in your kitchen. Place campfires underneath as well to show food is cooking. Spaceships need powerful thrusters to fly through space, but on a smaller scale. They can be harder to build. We can try dispensers, but they don't fit too well. A better solution is using autocrafters. Their sideways texture looks like mini rocket boosters. Now, copper is mostly used for buildings and structures, but it also works great for statues. Utilizing the different variants, we can create this warrior robot. At the end of an arm, we can even attach an iron bar as a blade. Look at my aquarium. It utilizes copper trapdoors and copper bulbs to create this beautiful build. It fits in a small footprint, yet can be quite colorful with tropical fish and coral. To add some depth to your windows, just place some copper trapdoors besides them to create shutters. They fit especially well in front of bright colors like sandstone, and will add some depth to your house exterior. Tough bricks are perfect for castle builds. They look a lot richer than normal stone bricks and make your palace seem like royalty. The floor of this build is also using polished and chiseled tough bricks. The dark gray colors also contrast beautifully with the purple banners and rugs. I feel like royalty here. The chiseled copper block sorta looks like a wheel. We can attach it to the bottom of our wagon, and it fits in nicely. An expensive lamp can be made by placing a copper bulb on top of a dragon egg. Acacia buttons can also be added onto it to turn it off and on easily. We can build orange sewer pipes using stripped acacia logs paired with chiseled copper blocks. For the mechanical components like water pumps, oxidized copper is an excellent choice. Copper fits very well for sewer builds. Copper grates work very well as industrial platforms, and you can add copper trapdoors as the railing. You won't be falling off here anytime soon. This is an automatic lamp. When you walk nearby, the light will magically turn on. To build it, just use some stone brick balls, copper bulbs, and a sculpt sensor in the middle. The sensor will detect whenever you walk nearby and activate the bulbs. Iron bars are typically used to close an area off, but they only fit well in prisons. A better alternative is copper grates. They can can be used to create a mesh barrier that will section off your valuables. It's a sturdy way to prevent other players and mobs from entering. Using all the different variants of tough bricks, fancy floor patterns can be made. Instead of using glass panes, try using copper trapdoors for some fantastic windows. The colors and designs fit better for stone builds. You can use different shades of pink to create a flower, and for the center, use copper grates to create this unique texture. It's a neat way to add a decorative touch. The top of the autocrafter looks like a tic-tac-toe board. You can set up some chairs around it, and the cool part is that you can right-click to actually play inside of the GUI. Although the top of the autocrafter looks quite unique, the bottom texture is equally interesting. You can use them as a nice ceiling texture for your enchanting rooms, and as an added bonus, you can hide items up there. Autocrafters light up when you activate them, so by placing a lot of them, you can create a chasing light pattern. Placing a copper grate on the floors looks like a drain. With just 2 autocrafters, you can make a simple waffling iron. Rails are pretty small. If you want bigger train tracks inside of a station, use autocrafters. You can make a futuristic door with just autocrafters. Although it won't open, it's a nice decoration for a locked room. The copper golem was unfortunately rejected. In honor of it, we can build these golem assembly machines. It shows us what we could have had. Minecraft doesn't have seasons, but that doesn't mean we can't fake them. When it turns autumn, we can exchange leaves out with copper grates to show the leaves changing colors. A custom autumn tree can also be made with birch logs and grates. With a few copper trapdoors and green glass, you can build a toxic waste bin. Stepping on top won't hurt you too much though. Oxidized trapdoors are perfect for creating pipes and vent systems. An easy way to build these is using full blocks as the structure and then placing the trapdoors around it. Once the trapdoors are all placed, just break the blocks in the middle to get your seamless pipe system. I love crawling through these. If you attach a copper bulb to a lightning rod, you can make a really simple light switch. Just flick the button to turn it off and on. Different ceiling lights can also be made by surrounding it in trapdoors or stair blocks. If you want a simple cage for your dog, just surround it in copper trapdoors. It'll be a sturdy cage and will protect it from mobs and even a creeper blast. Fireplaces are great for warming up your house, but they can also be dangerous if you get too close. A solution to this is adding copper grates in front of the fires. Now the fires can hurt me or my dog. In your large mining zones, you can create a sieve using copper trapdoors and blackstone walls. Using copper stairs and slabs, we can make a funny crab. Heavy cores can even be added on top for some fancy eyes. Tough bricks make for a great sidewalk, and we can also angle the stairs like so and place down a grate as a street drain. Breeze rods look very similar to blaze rods. We can put them in item frames on top of cauldrons to show hot versus cold water. By mixing a frog light, copper trapdoors, and levers, you can create a floating light source. This is a combination lock. The top of the crafter block looks like a keypad, so by placing it against the wall, you can create a security keypad. The lights are constantly flickering because there's an observer clock, but it's not just for decoration, it's functional too. The door will open only if you craft the right item using it, and there are over 160,000 combinations. This door will open if you craft this specific decorated pot. It's so cool! With some copper blocks and an autocrafter, we can build a payphone. You can even have a flickering light by using a simple observer clock beneath it. I can't wait to make phone calls on this. Or for a more classic phone booth, we can create ones with crimson trapdoors for the outside, and on the inside, an autocrafter is placed for the keypad, and another one as the telephone. Well, those are the best 1.21 build hacks. Subscribe for copper!